there.
Surprise!
Come on.
Surprise! Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, what?
Who's that?
Hey, you.
Hey.
What's up? My favorite mommy.
See?
Am I really your son?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yay! Yay!
Now, I want to dance for a while.
Yay!
Would you like to sit down?
Yes.
Okay. There's a chair right behind you, huh?
Okay, good.
There you go. There she goes. Supermom! It's so great to see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sure as hell is. Wow.
When I was very young, I was afraid of the street sweepers, and my brother David, who was much younger than I, was found one day comforting me. The street sweeper was going by, and I'm all crying and freaked out, and my little brother has my head in his lap, and he's like petting me and saying it's going to be okay. My toy one year that has always been really special to me was a Tonka truck street sweeper. Street sweepers are very hard to find, but somehow she found the street sweeper Tonka truck and gave it to me as a toy in my Christmas stock. The toy with that particular gift that Christmas was so sentimental, and that was just one of my favorite memories of my mom. My mom's married 4 times. What I think people or men saw in her was her vitality, her spirit, her joie de vivre. She was just really out there and energetic and passionate about a lot of things. Remember Tom? Tom Meehan? Your 4th husband?
Oh.
You remember that?
Yeah. I'm trying really hard.
Uh-huh. It's hard to remember some of this stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to stress you out, but it's fun to reminisce and think back, you know?
Yeah.
She was then living with the fellow who saw the beginnings of dementia and wanted to get off the tracks before the train got there, so he kind of kicked her out, and so she needed to live somewhere, so I moved her in with me for a period of just a few months before it became entirely obvious that she wasn't safe being left alone. So I ended up putting her in a assisted living place. But once I got her there were several times in which I would visit, and I would try to leave, and she would grab me and cry and scream and pound on my shoulder, "Mikey, Mikey, don't leave me here, Mikey!" And now she doesn't even know who I am when I come to visit her, which is, I mean, she brightens because I'm somebody that's important to her, but she doesn't say, "Hi, Mikey." It's been a huge burden. It has been an enormous burden to be her power of attorney. And I'm essentially acting as her guardian, even though I've never been legally. And I make decisions about where she lives and her finances, and I've been faced with like the decision back in December, if she's got to move from where she is, where is she going? All the research has been on my list of things to do, the actual moving has been on my list of things to do. If there's a crisis with her at the home, I'm the one they call. But it's always in the background of my head, when's the call going to come that she fell, or the next time she freaks out, or she's just too blind to care for, or it's all kind of on my list of things that I'm responsible. At one point, after a failed love affair with this guy, she kind of made a half-hearted suicide attempt, and I felt really bad because I wasn't in the same town that she was in anymore, and I wanted to be there for her. I made a cassette tape of songs that were all, "You're a strong woman, you're powerful, you're, hear me roar," kind of a Helen Reddy thing. And Judy Small had a song that was beautiful, but very sad, about too much trouble. And it's a song about a woman growing older, and getting kind of dementia, and the lyrics include, "The bed's wet, you wander, you catch the wrong bus, you're too much trouble to be one of us." And my mom loved that song and always remarked it when she heard it. I'd say, "Please don't ever do that to me. Don't push me off all out of your sight, even no matter what happens to me. And don't put me in a nursing home. Don't put me, you know, I want to be able to be with my family my whole life." And so now that she's got this horrible dementia, which causes her not to just wet the bed, but to poop the bed, and wander, and everything that the song describes, she has to live in this adult family home. And the song is evocative of great memories of her, and also a real guilt trip every time I listen to it. So I brought some pictures. Could I show you some pictures?
Oh, God, I would love that.
Alrighty.
Is it hard for you to see these pictures? Can you focus on them? I'm worried about your vision.
Which one is this?
Your vision. I'm just worried about what you can see. Are you having a hard time seeing these days, Mom?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah?
I've been noticing, as have the staff, that she can't see her food now. They have to kind of feed her, unless it's like finger food. But if you try to give her a fork and something to stab with a fork, and she can't do that. So she needs help, individual one-on-one help to eat there. In addition to being cognitively very impaired and having issues with her bowel and bladder control and all that. What's going to happen now that she's going to lose her vision? And now, what's next?
There's one black and white shot I just love in this group of pictures here of you when you were a young mother, and you look really frazzled and like just so stressed out. You're in the kitchen, and I'll bet you were just like trying to make Dad happy with whatever meal he'd requested that night, right? And I could see a baby bottle there on the kitchen table. Can you see? You're like, if only I would have loved to have seen the strong feminist woman, Shirley, have in this situation. She'd be like,
Yeah.
"Get it yourself, bub.
Yeah.
I've got things to do here. I'm working on an ERA thing or whatever." So my mom was the world's greatest grandma. She wanted to imbue her granddaughters, my children, my two daughters, with a good feminist ethic as well. She was a great mom. Okay, I'm going to put some footage on the screen. See if you recognize who's the baby. That's baby Zoe, and who's holding her?
Oh.
Who's that? Kissing that baby. Who's that? Right there.
Oh.
You. That's you holding baby Zoe.
Uh-huh.
And you were like just holding her and showing her stuff, and you delighted and showing that's metal. And you were like, even though she's what, like 6 months old or something, and you were always just so sweet. You were the best grandma in the whole wide world.
Was Grandma in the suite too?
You were the best grandma.
Oh, okay.
And you were the sweetest grandma in the whole world.
Oh.
Yes, you are. And they're the luckiest grandkids ever, ever, ever. I know they are. And she used to play this little game with Zoe and Hannah, my kids, and say, "Who loves you more than Grandma?" And the ritual was to say nobody. That was what they had to respond with. And it was just great watching her interact with my kids, and a real source of joy for me and for her. And for them.
Some kids came in, and then they came in. I just about died. I said, "My God, he's got all the Pesters and the Lesters and oh.
That happened right here?
Yeah.
Yeah? So kids came in with Pesters and Lesters, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, this is really crazy.
That's not crazy.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
Well, that works though.
Exactly.
all right.
I think one of the most painful things to me about her getting this dementia is how she's incapable anymore of being a grandma or being part of my children's lives. They don't visit her anymore, of course, because it's just too painful for them, and it's painful enough for me, and then I'm kind of required to do so, and they just don't want to see that grandma anymore after their memories of her when they were younger. Here's a really great picture I really liked because it celebrates the picture of the you and me that used to be. Can you see this one? I'll take those, put them on the table, and you can hold that one. Can you hold this picture and see who's in it?
Sure.
There it is. Here it is, Mom. There you go. Can you tell who's in that picture? It's one of my favorite pictures. It's you and me, and we're drinking champagne.
Oh, yeah!
You used to be loving the champagne action, huh, Mommers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did love your champagne. We got some songs I thought maybe I could play for you. You want to hear a song?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I know.
See if you recognize this song. I'm not as young now as I wanted to be. The rest of the world has been younger than me. Sound familiar?
Beautiful.
Isn't it though?
Real nice.
She had a beautiful voice.
Who was it?
Judy Small. Alright, just to push me aside. And it's off, out of my sight. You did it! Gray hair's all wrinkled, you look such a fright. The bed's wet, you wander, you catch the wrong bus. You're much too much trouble.
You can get in there.
I'm okay. I love you. Okay, let's do a different song, a little less depressing song. I feel sad about my mom all the time. And I'm the one who's the one to visit and go over, and I have to pay the rent, so I have to go there once a month to pay the rent. Thank goodness it's with her own money, and she's got enough money in retirement to pay for the care she receives there. But it's sad. It's very sad. I often worry, am I doing her any good when I do these visits? Am I making her remember a time in which her world was larger than this, and she had a sense of belonging and she was a part of something, and not just this shell of a person? I think after a few days without a visit, and I've been told this in the past, that she's worse after a visit. She's sadder, she's more withdrawn, she's more depressed. As the dementia grows worse, who knows what new developments or how our relationship will change. But there are times, I have to say, brutal honesty, that I wish she would expire. I wish she would die. I don't see any evidence that she's the mom I used to know and love, and I worry about her so, and sometimes I just wish that she would die because she's gone already. I think the mom that used to be would look at me stressing out and be concerned about and having all this responsibility for this mom and say, that's not me, that's a shell of me. Let her go. It's okay, Mike. It's all right.
looks to me like they had put these pieces in here, and then she didn't finish it all the way, because this is a, you know, this is a real thing. Ah. I didn't know that. Oh dear. Well, let's get our children, no matter what.
I'm not as young now as I wanted to be. The rest of the world's getting younger than me. Old Mom had the garden and jobs till she died. And Fisherman Dad, he went out with the tide. They've saved my old life just to push me aside, and it's off